This video contains mild spoilers, primarily gameplay-wise and not narratively.
Geppetto's puppet. We need your help.
Lies of P, a game I was looking forward to for so very long, has come out in September, and due to many reasons I had to postpone playing it, but when I finally managed to play it recently, I was shocked at how good it was. I was extremely optimistic the whole time since the first trailer dropped, and well, to me the game lived up extremely well. I also avoided any and all information when the demo came out to try and keep it fresh for myself. I am coming into this game with dozens of runs of Soulsborne game experience, and not gonna lie, the game is harder than Souls most of the time, at least during level encounters. Anyways, let's hop right into Lies of P and find out why the P stands for peak. Lies of P is a Souls-like. The best non-From Software Souls-like in my honest opinion, and really the only valid contender is Nioh 2. The game probably objectively better than Lies of P when it comes to gameplay, but Lies of P is not level based, so it beats out Nioh 2 in my opinion. Anyways, Lies of P. You got the usual Souls formula. Attack, dodge, block, perfect block or parry, bonfires, bosses, insane OSTs, limited healing, souls to level up, character skill points to invest into builds or stats, NPCs with quest lines, well-made shortcuts, girls that care about you unlike IRL, and much more. Might even call this plagiarism at this point, but hey, that's fan-made Souls-likes for ya. I ain't complaining though, since this game pulls it off well and with grace, though it doesn't even hide the Souls influence at all. You start off somewhere with barely any info, you make your way through a level, and then introduced to either the death mechanics or a hub area, depending on how you fared against said boss. And then you go through the usual level boss cycle 15 times until the end of the game. And let me tell you, I am a sucker for this gameplay any day of the week. Now as for Souls comparisons, Lies of P borrows Sekiro and Bloodborne mechanics, combining them, like for example, blocking combined with rallying from Bloodborne, and it pulls it off well. With Bloodborne-esque weapon quality, meaning quality over quantity, however a bit more variation thanks to the weapon combining system of changing movesets for our weapons by changing their handle, which makes it better than Bloodborne unironically, just for some extra variations and possible builds. Fashion has been made completely aesthetic only, which is always a W. However, they made the armor system a bit weird. What really impacts your damage received is, again, not the armor you wear, but the weird parts, the 4 types of parts, and they all weigh a significant amount. But I will take that over having to change fashion for one boss.
These are frame blue jeans. These are shoes that I picked up in Mexico.
Everything else is the usual. The game is Dark Souls 3, but even more linear. How? That aside, I want to say something. Bosses are the second most important thing for me when it comes to Souls-likes. First being build variety for replays, and not gonna lie, the bosses are, well, they are something, I guess. Usually. Maybe. I'll get to that later. Now let's quickly mention the OST. Like I said, it is heavily Soulsborne sounding, which means orchestral themes. And you know how much I love my orchestral themes as a symphonic metal enjoyer, so time for some of my favorite tracks. Yeah, I am a sucker for orchestral themes, so the OST is really amazing. There are plenty more to choose from, but then the OST section of the vid would be 10 minutes long, and I don't really want to do that. And now the story. I will keep the narrative spoilers minimal because I really enjoyed the story of the game, and I do think it holds up to, and at points is even better than Soulsborne. You play as a puppet. The only thing that stands out with the protag is that he can lie. And lying is basically the required thing to do to get a true ending, because then you act like a human. Deep stuff, I know. Humans lie. Insane writing. But all that aside, I think that they implemented the whole lying mechanic very well with those timed dialogue choices. If only they were a tad bit longer, not gonna lie. So that's enough of the story. Please play it yourself. It's actually kinda nice.
And now, the stage is set.
Well, it's time for the negative police to show up. Wee woo, wee woo. Yeah, so not gonna sugarcoat it, the bosses are mid. Only has several, being generous here. Bosses are good, and only like one is amazing. You know who that one is.
That's why he's the GOAT!
To me, they just felt forgettable. Especially the human NPC bosses, which is a wild thing since Bloodborne's best bosses are the human ones, usually.
They're better.
Why?
They just are.
Yeah, but why?
They are not bad though, just extremely forgettable, and at least they have a saving grace. OSTs and designs sometimes. Invisible walls, like big personal issue. The game has a jump button, but holy moly are there so many invisible walls anytime there's a fence. There's so many jumps I should be able to make traversal a bit faster. But nah, the game says nah, you can't do that, and it really bugs me. I guess immersive sims spoiled me.
Why you boring me? I'm right!
But yeah, honestly, that's really it. Lies of P is an incredible game, and an incredible Souls-like game. I am excited for the rumored DLC, to see what they are able to cook up, and I'm also excited for the potential
He's
sequels.
cooking.
Since we might have a universe on our hands with, like, different settings. Maybe a Wizard of Oz game next, because it's been rumored. Already started New Game Plus and got to the Opera. Innate Soulsborne replay urge, I guess. The game is incredible and I highly recommend it. I give it like 9.5 Miyazakis out of 10. It goes hard. And like I said, it dethroned Nioh 2 as my favorite non-FromSoft game. Well, that's about it. See you next video.